James here with New Adventure Films. If you own a DJI Mavic 4 Pro drone, you already know it's a sophisticated aircraft, and one of its most complex features to master is tracking. There are 3 different ways to track with the Mavic 4: ActiveTrack, Spotlight, and POI. Using the ActiveTrack and Spotlight modes, you can track moving people in some vehicles, and with the POI mode, you can track around almost any type of moving or non-moving object. In this quick tutorial, I will explain how to use each of these modes, and at the end go over some of the issues I've had with the ActiveTrack mode and how to fix them. And if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Let's get started. To start tracking with the drone, first move the drone to where you want it to be and then draw a box around what you want to track. For the first example, let's select Spotlight mode, which is automatically highlighted in yellow after you draw the box, so you don't need to select it. In this mode, the drone will hover in one position and rotate left or right to keep you in the middle of the screen. Spotlight is great for walking and talking videos. It's also great for tracking moving objects over a long distance, as you can see in this clip of me on my dirt bike. I have found that ActiveTrack works great even at distances of up to 300 yards away. Another tracking mode, ActiveTrack, is where the drone follows a moving vehicle or person in the position you select at the height and distance you select. When you select ActiveTrack, 2 circles with a person in the middle appear on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Here you can select the side you want the drone to follow you on, and then the distance it will follow you on depending on the circle you choose. To change the height or distance that the drone will follow in the outer or inner circles, select the settings symbol on the top left-hand side of the circle. In this menu, you can select settings for either person or vehicle and change the distance the drone will follow you on the outer or inner circle by sliding one or both of the inner or outer radius buttons on the screen. You can also change the height the drone will fly at while it's tracking you. I have mine set to 6 feet for tracking myself, but if I was in a fast-moving vehicle, I would set this much higher to avoid a collision. One more choice you can make with ActiveTrack is the auto setting, where the drone decides where and how it's going to fly around you by pressing the auto button in the bottom middle of the screen, just above the red stop button. The button turns blue when active. I found that this does not work well when riding a motorcycle, and when I did it walking, the drone movement seemed, well, robotic and erratic, so I don't use this setting. And one more note about ActiveTrack: it only works with the 28 and the 70mm lenses, so you cannot track with the 168mm lens. The last tracking mode is POI, or Point of Interest, where the drone will circle around the subject you select even if it's moving. After selecting your subject, you will see a curved arrow pointing in opposite directions. Sliding your finger on this arrow selects the direction the drone will circle and the speed at which it circles. So the further away from the center point you select, the faster the drone circles. In this test, I had the drone further away from me and moving around me slower, which creates a more cinematic effect. In this test, I moved the drone closer to me and made the drone move around me quicker, which didn't look so good because it creates kind of a dizzying effect. One of the first problems you may encounter when using ActiveTrack, as you can see here, is that sometimes ActiveTrack won't lock on when you select a vehicle. In this case, I was trying to select my Jeep, and after I drew the box around it and pressed ActiveTrack, the box disappeared and ActiveTrack did not work. This happened multiple times. To fix this, move your drone to a different angle to the vehicle, then redraw the box around it, and then press the ActiveTrack button. After moving my drone, I was able to select my Jeep and ActiveTrack it. Yet another problem I was having with ActiveTrack is that the drone would move behind me even when it was set to be on my left. As you can see from the controller screen recording, the drone is supposed to be tracking me from my left but is actually behind me. This happened over half the time I used ActiveTrack. To fix this, I did 2 things. First, I did a refresh of all my drone updates by downloading the DJI Assistant 2 on my computer, then plugged my drone and controller into my computer via the USB-C, then did a clean install of all the current updates. Next, I recalibrated my drone controller compass by going to the main screen on my controller, then to Settings, then to Compass, and followed the instructions. After doing all of this, the drone ActiveTrack seems to be working properly and only occasionally gets confused. Finally, one big ActiveTrack limitation for me with the Mavic 4 is that it does not let you select a motorcycle as a vehicle, but instead will only select a person or a car. I tried selecting the motorcycle by itself and no luck. In my tests, the drone seems to track faster for vehicles than people, so this limits how fast I can track myself while riding my motorcycle. In the test I did, the drone in normal speed mode could only follow me as long as I was not going more than 15 to 20 miles per hour, and I ride a lot faster than that. I did not test it in sports mode, yet. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.